What's going on, everybody out there in the Cardmunity? We did a video response yesterday, and today is another video response. Love doing these when I can. These are super fun. So today we're doing a video response for baseball collector Mike. We're celebrating his 5,000 subscriber celebration, and for one lucky collector, he'll be providing the airfare to go to the Dallas card show, which is pretty awesome thing for him to do for the Cardmunity. So we'll be rooting on everybody in that little contest, and I hope whoever gets to go will have a blast and get some cool cards while they're there, right? Okay, so all he asked us to do was answer a couple questions. What the YouTube community means to you and your hobby, and some big channel influences to you, and how kind of being part of the community benefits you. So I'm going to be talking about a couple folks in the Cardmunity that have been inspirations to me along the way, and part of this journey. So I've seen Pepino Man do this before. I think it's super cool. I know a lot of you guys out there do the same thing. Put a bunch of notes from everybody in care packages from the Cardmunity. And so I got my notebook here, and as I'm going through it, as I'm going through all these questions, I'll kind of flip through. As we can see, awesome farmer, he got a crazy page here. He's awesome. But hopefully you guys recognize some of your names in here. So first, what the YouTube community means to me, I think a lot of you guys know how I feel about this. Pretty much, it's everything, and I mean everything. That's why I coined the term Cardmunity, because we are a card community, and without the awesome community, it would just be any old other hobby. So as far as what it means to me, it's just amazing to talk to other collectors. Not everybody collects the same, so it's awesome to get windows into different collecting bubbles, and everything's a journey. Just to be part of the history is pretty cool. We are the people who make the cards and history come to life. Most of the time they're just a piece of paper, a piece of cardboard printed a long time ago, but it's the stories of the players, the cards, and even us collectors who really bring that to life. I think it's super cool, and us as collectors, we are continuing the history of the cards and our collection and the baseball story. And when we own a card, when we purchase a card or whatever, we then get to be a part of that journey. I think that is just super cool. So as far as big channel influences to me, and I'm going to continue to talk about what the whole community means to me, but I gotta shout out these guys, because most of these guys were some of the first YouTube guys that I had started watching when I was getting back into the hobby. Ken, stay in your corner, okay? And first I had to shout out Tops 85401 Nate, because, well, first of all, he's an insane player collector, bonds and others, which is awesome. It's kind of on my level of David Fletcher, except with a Hall of Fame caliber player. So on that level is way more impressive and awesome. And he's obviously been at it a way longer time than me. But it's just that journey. He's always positive. I love Nate's insane knowledge, especially of 90s cards. Absolutely, I'm blown away by his stuff. Nate was awesome enough to invite me to a card show the other day. He was there, Aaron Davis, Rick Vintage Oddball Cards, Scott from Big Harb, and that's just That's what this community really means, is, you know, getting to experience it together, go to a card show, talk about cards, talk about collecting, you know, because we all bond over that. I think that is just super, super awesome. So he's one of the big influences. I also have to give a shout out to Bill, the Hall of Fame collector, because he's kind of on that level with insane player collecting. But his variety is crazy. Of course, in his name, he's a Hall of Fame collector. He does autos. He also does the crazy insert stuff. So those are a couple of the guys that were big influences to me, mainly in the beginning because they're insane collections. And of course, as I watched along on their YouTube journey, I got to know them a little better, and it's kind of cool. Now I have pulled cards that are in Nate's collection. I've pulled cards now that is in Bill's collection. That just the network that we create with the friends and the journey together, that's what makes it super special. I have to shout out Triple Crown 24 JT, because for me, he's always been one of the young inspiration to me, because he's a young collector like myself, getting older every day, right? But I've always been inspired by his ambition and his kind of drive to make a successful kind of venture in this hobby, supporting his hobby while also making it a business for him. Been awesome to see his journey. And I guess if we're talking insane player collecting, he's got that part checked off too. Insane Miggy collection, Miguel Cabrera, super collector, just awesome. And then a couple, I call these guys vintage guys, but they really do collect a whole bunch of different stuff. 3 guys: Blue Jacket 66 Dave, John Mangini, of course, the Mangini collection, and Rick, vintage oddball cards. These guys, man, that is feels like a lifetime of collecting. I know when I was talking to Rick the other day, I told him I hope decades and decades and decades from now I have, you know, a collection that's half as good as they do, and I'll be happy. It's just inspiring to see literally a lifetime of collecting, not only the cards but their knowledge, and we talked to a dealer at the card show the other day, and he said he'd been collecting for 60 years and he still had the excitement and passion to talk about it, and that was just awesome. That fired me up. So Dave, Blue Jacket, John Mangini, Rick, vintage oddball cards. It's so cool to see that those guys still get giddy over stuff like that, or new additions, and it's just awesome to know the hobby never gets old when you enjoy, and when you truly enjoy what you're collecting. It just makes it that much special when you bundle that up with all the amazing people in the card community that you learn about, get to, you know, talk to and connect with over this journey. I think that's the very first thing. I think that's the title of my very first video, is The Journey Begins. So it's I don't think the journey's ever gonna end. I sure hope it doesn't. It's just enjoy the journey. As they say, it's about the journey, not the destination. So when I mean the card community means everything to me. I wouldn't find this hobby really that interesting without the community. So it really is that special. It makes this hobby special. Without it, we'd be any other hobby and it wouldn't be as special. So that is what everything means to me. Some my big channel influences throughout the few years here that I've been in the YouTube community circles. So Mike, I hope that is a nice video response video for you. I know everybody knows Baseball Collector, so I don't have to go tell you to go visit him. But if you don't, check him out. I know you do. Awesome community stuff that they do. I think the Hobby Palooza stuff is just amazing for the card community. That's awesome. We need all positivity in this hobby. Negative stuff, you just throw it away, because Positivity is what makes this community more special and special every day. We'll keep collecting, care for the cards, most importantly, care for each other. And I mean it, most importantly, care for each other. Catch you next time.